What should you do when everyone is telling you you need to move on from the past? That you just need to get over it and move on with your life. And yeah, that's what you want to do. That's the place where you want to be. But all you can feel is anger and unforgiveness. And perhaps you're even beating yourself up, yelling at yourself, like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I get unstuck? Why do I feel trapped in this anger, in this unforgiveness, and unable to move forward? Well, that is a very normal kind of feeling. Even though you may want to move forward, you may want to forgive, you may want to let go of your past, not hold on to it, you might not really know how to do that. And it's not really so simple as just letting go and just moving on. Well, if you are new here, please let me know that you are here and tell me a little bit about yourself, and go ahead and subscribe so you can receive more of these life renewing teachings. My name is Tanya Cordenbrock. I am an emotional wholeness coach at arenewedlife.com, where I help women in my Mastering Emotions program to be able to heal from these past hurts and to learn how to love themselves, to feel loved by others, and to have a deeper relationship with God. Now, normally when women are feeling stuck in the past, that they want to be able to move on, but they can't move on, then what they're normally focusing on are those surface emotions. Usually that is anger, it's unforgiveness, or possibly even it's numbness, and not wanting to feel that way because those are uncomfortable feelings, but also not knowing what to do about it, and possibly even feeling angry at themselves that they're where they are but can't do anything, like feeling about yourself that you don't want to, like blaming yourself and accusing yourself and not really wanting to move on, yet at the same time wanting to move on. I know it kind of can be confusing, like, how can I be these two things of wanting to move on and at the same time accusing myself that I don't want to move on? But that's what happens within us at times. So what do you need to do? Well, first of all, instead of looking at these surface emotions of anger, of unforgiveness, and of numbness, then you need to go deeper. You need to figure out what is really going on inside. As you begin to go deeper, start trying to figure out what are the emotions that are actually underneath of those surface emotions. Almost always with anger especially, there are deeper emotions such as fear. Fear that things are not going to turn out right. Fear that what was said about you or done to you, that it actually is true about who you are, that it is completely true about you, that something is innately wrong with you. Oftentimes under anger, there's also sadness. So be on the lookout for that feeling that is hiding within your heart. Also, look for shame. And a lot of times we don't want to acknowledge shame because it goes so deep, but it's very important to identify it. And it often is hiding beneath anger. And that shame is just that feeling that sometimes is deep within your gut, very deep down, that we don't even want to look at. We don't want to pull it out and see that it's there. Now, another emotion that you might be feeling is somewhat akin to despair. Despair, and that just a hopelessness that you can't do anything about what was done. You can't do anything to move on, that you're not even worth moving on for. Then lastly, you need to look at the deeper meaning of what was done, what happened, how it impacted you. And there are 4 particular meanings that I want you to look at. One is having taken from what was done a meaning that you are unworthy of love, that something is innately wrong with you that makes it so that no one could ever really love you. A second is that you are incapable, that you are incapable of being the adult that you want to be, that you are incapable of being the wife, the mother that you want to be, the woman that you want to be. But instead, there's this something wrong with you that is like a wall that you will never be able to get over. And so that is the meaning that you have taken from this hurt that has occurred to you, this wound that has been made into your heart. The third one is that you don't matter, that you have been just so pushed down that you have taken from that a meaning of that you are worthless, that your feelings don't matter, your desires don't matter, that perhaps you don't even have value. And then the fourth one is that there is just something wrong with you, that possibly everyone knows it, and no wonder you were treated the way that you were treated, and there's nothing that you can do about it. Now, when friends and family members are saying to you, you need to move on, you need to get past the past and let things go, let the past go, normally they have good intentions for you. It's sometimes because they love you, that they care about you, that they don't want to see you stuck in this place. It hurts them to see you hurting. And so the solution sometimes feels like just stop thinking about it and just move on. Start thinking about something else and get something positive in your life that you can focus on and get off of the past and what has happened there. But it really isn't that simple. And, you can yourself be like, why am I just stuck here? Why can't I move forward? And instead of looking at, what others are seeing that you haven't forgiven or fully forgiven. Others are seeing that you're stuck in this anger and possibly shame and not moving on, and can even be critical of you because, like I said, they care, but also could be that they're just uncomfortable with seeing you trapped in these feelings. So they want you to move on, but what they're doing and what you are doing then is looking at these superficial feelings that are being expressed. However, there's something deeper going on within you, something deeper that really needs to be looked at, that needs to be healed, and truthfully needs to be honored. Because if you have been wounded, even if you're not wholly justified in what you've taken from this, it doesn't matter. It still needs to be honored and needs to be seen for what it is. And if you continue to focus on those surface emotions and just telling yourself to move on, you're not. You're not going to be able to move on because you are valuable. And if you have been hurt, then that's important. And it's important to God. So instead of feeling like God is far off, like he's angry at you, he wants you to get yourself together and move on with your life to be able to serve him. No, just pause, slow down some. Allow yourself to notice what's going on inside of you, the pain that is actually really there, the wounding that has been done, the meaning that you have taken from it. Allow God to minister to that place within you and to show you that He cares about your wounded heart. Now, when this isn't real simple to do. I'm not going to, portray it like that. But when you go through this process and you go through this healing those wounds within you and healing the meaning that you have taken from it, then you will be able to move on. And it won't be fake. It won't be just acting like you aren't angry or acting like you have fully forgiven. Now, I would love to be able to work with you some more on this, and so I do invite you to check out my Mastering Emotions program, where what we do is look at these deeper wounds and look at the meaning that has come from the wounds that you have received and how they're playing out in your life, how to heal them and how to respond differently in the future to the hurts that come your way. Not just how to respond, but to become a person who is stronger within yourself, that you value yourself so that then you can respond differently to those hurts. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to next time being with you.